So let's take a look at a couple of the different elements of the site and how you can get around fairly easily. One thing you'll notice with the site is there's a lot of options about how you can get to different places and how you can organize information, or you can keep it just very simple. At the top here is the user bar. That'll display your name and your avatar if you've got one, allow you to log out. If you want to create new items, if you want to look at your stuff, things that you've done, the history of different sites or areas you've been. You can also browse to different topics. So you can see there's also a browse button here. The advantage of the user bar is the fact that it's always up every time, no matter what page you're on. If you want to just quickly jump to create something new, if you want to look at your stuff, the history of where you've been to just quickly jump back to something, or to browse things, you can do so at any time without having to go back to the main page to do so. The next area, there are two tabs, and the All Content tab is the default. There's also a Your View tab, and we'll cover that in a different section. This gives you the ability to personalize this page, display things about how you like to see it, what sort of information you want to look at, how you want it organized. But we'll just stick with the All Content tab at this point. You'll see if we have announcements, we'll put those on the page, and you can show the details. And this just talks a little bit about getting started, which is another area of the site. You'll see, again, one way to get started is a call to action right here, which is getting started, updating your profile. We'll have a separate section on that, or you can just quickly jump in and start a discussion. I'm just going to hide the details. So there's a box right here, and this is another way you can browse or navigate through the site. The content's actually organized within categories, and then if you look at, if I open this up under the SolidWorks add-ins, you'll see that there's subcategories within here. And there's ones for core SolidWorks, assemblies, configurations, parts, features. We also have simulation section, a data management section, a design collaboration section, things like e-drawings, 3D via Composer, an administration section, and just a general section at the top, which could hold many different things. You'll also notice as I hover over items, whether it's a category or a username, you're going to see a very quick pop-up. So you get a preview of some of the latest things, and you can just very quickly jump to one of those topics, or you can go and say follow this category, and we'll have a separate section on notifications and how you can organize and manage things very simply. So those are categories, and we'll go into each one of those in just a little bit. We also introduced a topic called groups. A group is more membership based than a task like parts and features. So I may be one of the user group leaders, I may be a student in the education area, I may be in the engineering stimulus program. This is just a place you can go, and some of the groups are open, some require membership, and some require an invitation. There's also a search button here at the bottom that if you're looking for like a user group, I just type in user, I hit a space, and I'll see that I get user groups, and I also get user interface. So it's just a very quick way if you're looking for something that you can just search for that. And it's only going to search for a community or a group name. So let's move to the middle here. This is an area that's got recent content, and one thing that you're going to notice with the entire site is it is based on a organizational hierarchy that, again, SolidWorks, and then again all the subcategories underneath. So when I'm on the top level page, I actually see recent content for all the different categories and all subcategories. So it's just a way, if I want to just see generally what's going on, I can easily see that there was a blog post just an hour ago, and anything that's new. If I'm interested in, let's just say, the sheet metal area only, I might go right to the sheet metal area, and I can get an overview of all the recent content just from the sheet metal area. I'm just going to go ahead and either click back, or I can click the navigation here. I'm in sheet metal. I can move up to SolidWorks as the total section, or I'll go back to the community homepage, which is right here. So this is just a very quick way to see the recent content from across all categories and subcategories. We also have a section that's a little bit about RSS feeds and sharing, inviting friends, and we'll cover that later. I briefly mentioned the Getting Started section. These are the key things when you're getting started to learn a little bit more about how the site works. You should update your profile with what version of SolidWorks you're using and your actual hardware. And if I go over here, you'll see I get a preview of anyone's profile as I pass over it, which is different. There isn't signatures on this site. You actually have dynamic profiles, which gives you even more information. Or you can just start a discussion. There's a listing, and this is very similar in all the sub-pages. You'll see popular discussions, again, across all categories and subcategories in this page. Popular tags, same scope, and the top participants across the entire site. As I go into one of these, as I go into SolidWorks, I see all those subcategories right here. So again, the recent content here is based on all these subcategories right here, not the SolidWorks add-ins, the administration, the simulation. So it's just a way if this is an area you're really interested in, you can select follow this category, and there's lots of different things that you can do, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So again, to get back, I can click the link here, or if I wanted to browse and I was just looking for different categories, I can select the browse button here, and here you can see the organization of the site. So if I want to see, there's just a little description with each one, and I can click directly into that area.